Hi, everybody. I want to just hop on and share a little bit about the phenomenon, the movement of the hashtag metoo that is going around on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. If you have been even remotely on any of these sites in the past week or so, you will have seen at least one or two people posting this, if not more. When all of this started and came to light, everyone said how shocked we should be and appalled and disgusted and all these things. And I am. I'm shocked. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted. But I'm not shocked. And the reason that I'm not shocked is because this has been going on for a long time. There's a reason that prostitution is seen as one of the oldest professions in the world. Whether you're forced in it or not, women have always been treated as property. In some cultures, women are still treated as property and able to do with as they choose by their male counterparts. This is not a male bashing episode. This is fact. It is cultural. For many years, in many cultures, women were treated as property and could be done with as their male chose. There is also a reason that sex trafficking is a billion-dollar operation. It is run by powerful men. It could be stopped by those same powerful men. People in the entertainment industry, in politics, in business, in sports. This is not new. It's disgusting and it's vile, but it's not new. I'm not shocked. I don't understand when people say they're shocked because it's been going on for years. I feel awful for the women who have suffered, who were abused, but I'm not shocked. Human hearts are depraved. There are people out there that are perverted and depraved, and they prey on those they feel are lesser than themselves. And so it's not shocking. It's heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching, but it's not shocking. This movement is not going to change men. I wish it would. I wish just a hashtag would change men, but it's not. Because there are two types of men in the world. The men that respond to the hashtag #MeToo are the men who probably most likely will not treat a woman that way. And they have respect for women. The men who would treat women the way that Mr. Harvey treated women, and so many other men treat women, are not affected by hashtag #MeToo because they just see it as ramblings of crazy women because they don't feel like they've done anything wrong. So to them, this movement means nothing. They gloss over it because it is nothing to them. And they will continue to do what they do until someone steps up and says something. But most of the time we won't. We won't because there's a lot of women out there who feel like it is okay for men to treat them that way, for whatever reason. Sometimes they feel like they're getting something out of it. Whether it be money, a job, something else, power. And so they've sacrificed one part of themselves for something else. That's their choice. Other women are forced to do things. And those women are scared and alone, and they don't feel like they have the right to say anything. Because the people in their lives, the men that are hurting them, are powerful men, and they make them feel like less than themselves. And sometimes we even think that it's not really that big of a deal. because sexual harassment comes in so many different forms. And the one thing that I will say about the hashtag #MeToo is that from reading women's posts, what it has done is give them a voice. So many women I have read said, I've never publicly said this, but I'm going to share it now. I've read of women who lost their virginity through rape. Women who've almost been raped and had to figure out a way to get out of it. To women who have had men grope them. Women who have had men say things to them. You see, it's a wide spectrum. I'd never, ever try to compare a comment to a rape. But it's all sexual harassment, just in varying degrees. I've shared how I've had to deal with an ex-boyfriend, and I've never shared many details, and I won't, out of respect for my own family. But I've also had the other end of the spectrum, and I am by no means a model, thin, beautiful woman. I am now a confident woman, but by no means a woman that gets hit on a lot. But I will tell you that there have been moments when I have had men say very highly inappropriate things to me. Like I have been in the library, of all places, and had a man ask me, did I know that I had a nice rack? I've had, going into Wawa, 2 guys who I thought were being gentlemen open the door for me, and as I walk past, them say, dude, I'd tap that. That's sexual harassment. But we brush it off, and we don't say anything. Or we laugh about it. We think it's funny. Maybe we think it's flattering. But it's those comments and where they start and the mindset behind those comments that we are somehow less than them. We are somehow an object for them to look at and comment on. Like looking at something on a shelf and saying, oh, that's really cool looking. I'd really like that. We are not an object for you to just look at and make declarations upon, and we are supposed to accept that. But those comments lead, if not checked, to groping, touches, and eventually not understanding what the word no means. And using your power to do things to females that are inappropriate and inexcusable. So no, I'm not shocked by what Mr. Weinstein did. I'm heartbroken, but I'm not shocked. I bet you anything that if we were to look close enough into sports and business and entertainment, we would find a whole lot more Mr. Weinsteins. I don't buy it that our entertainment industry is shocked. I don't buy it at all. It's been going on for years, and we sweep it under the rug so nobody knows. It's not a shock to them. I don't care what they say. We have to make a change, and that change comes one woman at a time. It comes from when we stop and we say to some man who makes a comment about us that it is not okay to make that comment. It comes when we stop listening to music that degrades us and sings lyrics calling us bees and hoes and things like that, and telling us that they're not going to talk to us unless we drop it low and put our butts in their crotches. We should not have to deal with that, yet we let them do that, yet we listen to it on the radio, we go to the movies, and we watch the movies where women are treated that way. And some women even call it empowerment. But how can it be empowerment when we allow them to let us look at like objects? How can we call that empowerment? How can we say to our little girls that it is okay for a man to look at us that way, to talk to us that way, to dance with us that way? And that's empowering? I don't agree with this man. I don't agree with a lot of men and what they do. But I am so proud of the women who are standing up and saying, me too. That are for the first time being able to share their stories and to get some closure and to get some support. One person at a time, we can make a change in our own lives, in our own communities. And hopefully, eventually, one person at a time, we can make a change to better the world. Thank you for listening.